Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we will see how to make a small quilted gingham bag with a gathered strap. The link to get the pattern is in the description under the video. To make this bag you will need one 29 cm long zipper, one 18 cm long zipper, 2 meters long 2.5 cm wide strap, 2 D-rings 2.5 cm in diameter, gingham cotton fabric for the outside, lightweight cotton fabric for the lining, lightweight fusible interfacing, batting approximately 3 mm thick, the printed and cut pattern, 1.5 meter of piping. Cut one 70 by 25 cm rectangle from the gingham fabric and one of the same size from the batting. Put the gingham wrong side against the batting. Quilt by stitching parallel lines 2 cm apart, first in one direction and then in the other, to create a diamond pattern. Cut the bag faces and sides from the quilted fabric following the cutting layout. Before removing the pattern pieces, transfer all important markings into the fabric. Cut the outer pockets, ruffles and tabs from the non-quilted gingham fabric, still following the cutting layout. Transfer all markings to these pieces as well. Cut the lining pieces as shown in the layout and mark all notches and placement lines on each piece. Cut off the seam allowances from the pattern pieces for the side pockets, front pocket and tabs. Use these trimmed pattern pieces to cut the fusible interfacing. Take the gingham fabric pieces for the side pockets, the two pieces of the front pocket, and the tabs. Place the fusible interfacing on the wrong side of each piece and press with an iron. Take the outer fabric and lining pieces for the front pocket along with the small zipper. Mark the center points of the zipper and the pocket pieces. Place the zipper between the outer fabric and lining of the lower pocket piece, right sides together, aligning the centers. Stitch at 1 cm from the edge. Then fold the fabric right side out and top stitch at 5 mm from the edge. Take the upper pocket piece, outer fabric and lining. Place the second side of the zipper between the outer fabric and lining, right sides together, matching the center marks. Stitch at 1 cm from the edge. Then fold the fabric right side out and top stitch at 5 mm from the edge. Fold the raw edge of the outer fabric on the lower part of the pocket by 1 cm to the wrong side and press to hold in place. Do the same with the lining. Repeat the step for the upper part of the pocket. Trim the zipper ends. Take one of the bag faces outer fabric. Using the pattern, mark the placement of the front pocket on the bag face. Place the pocket on the marked area, wrong side of the pocket against the right side of the bag face, and stitch all around 5 mm from the edge. Take the 29 cm long zipper. The zipper has to be exactly 29 cm. Place one end of the zipper between the tab and its lining, right sides together, centered. Stitch at 1 cm from the edge. Repeat the same for the other end of the zipper. Turn the tabs right side out and top stitch all around at 5 mm from the edge. Mark the center points of the zipper and the top edges of the bag faces, outer fabric. Place the zipper along the top edge of one bag face, right sides together, aligning the center marks. Stitch at 1 cm from the edge. Then fold the fabric right side out and top stitch at 5 mm from the edge. Repeat the exact same process with the other side of the zipper and the second bag face. Take two ruffle pieces. Place them right sides together and sew one of the short sides at 1 cm from the edge. Press the seam open. Fold the piece lengthwise right sides together and stitch along the long edge at 1 cm. Flip the piece right side out through one of the open ends. Press the piece flat. Repeat the same process for the second ruffle. Sew 2 rows of basting stitches along both long edges of each ruffle piece at 1 cm from the edge, using the longest stitch length on your machine and without backstitching. Cut a piece of webbing measuring 90 cm. Mark the center of the webbing and the center of the ruffle piece. Place the ruffle on top of the webbing, aligning the center marks. Pull the bobbin threads to gather the fabric and form the ruffles. Do this for both ends to evenly distribute the gathers until the ruffle matches the length of the webbing. Stitch along the center of the ruffle to attach it to the webbing. Remove the basting threads from both sides of the ruffle. Repeat the same steps for the second ruffle and a second 90 cm piece of webbing. Using the pattern, mark the placement lines for the strap on the bag face outer fabric. Place the strap on the bag face and stitch the bottom end of the strap at 5 mm from the edge. Then stitch the top of the strap at the distance indicated on the pattern. Finally, sew a line down the center of the strap between the two end stitches to secure it. Then repeat the entire process for the second strap on the second bag face. Take 2 pieces of webbing, each 8 cm long. Insert each piece through a ring, then fold the webbing in half. Place each folded piece at one end of the zipper centered, right sides together, and stitch at 5 mm from the edge to hold them in place. Fold the 2 bag faces on each other right sides together and stitch the bottom edge at 1 cm, then press the seam open. Place the lining pieces of the side pockets right sides together with their corresponding outer fabric pieces and stitch the top edge at 1 cm. Clip the curved areas along the top of the pocket. Turn the lining to the wrong side of the outer fabric and press. Top stitch all around the pocket at 5 mm from the edge. Place each side pocket centered on the side panel outer fabric with the wrong side of the pocket against the right side of the side panel. Stitch along the three edges at 5 mm from the edge to secure the pocket. Repeat for the second side panel. Place the piping right sides together along the edges of the fabric of the side panel, aligning the raw edges of the piping and the fabric. Clip the piping around the curved edges so it conforms to the shape. Cut the piping to match the perimeter of the side panel, leaving a 1.5 cm allowance for joining the ends. Trim away 1.5 cm of the inner cord from one end. Fold the fabric casing inward at that end. Overlap the folded end over the raw end of the other side of the piping. Hold in place with clips or pins. Stitch the piping in place using a zipper foot or piping foot, sewing as close to the cord as possible. Open the zipper. Take one of the side panels and place it right sides together with one end of the bag's body, aligning all notches and markings. Pin all the way around. Clip into the seam allowance around the curves of the main body to make the assembly easier. Then stitch at 1 cm from the edge. Repeat the same steps to attach the second side panel. Take the inner pocket piece, fold it in half right sides together and sew along the long edge at 1 cm from the edge. Press the seam open. Turn the piece right side out, then press again. Top stitch along the upper edge at 5 mm. Next, place the pocket into one of the lining faces at the marked placement right side of the pocket against the right side of the lining. Stitch the three sides of the pocket at 5 mm from the edge. Add a vertical seam down the center of the pocket to divide it into two compartments. Repeat the process for the second pocket. Take the two lining face pieces. Fold the top edge of each face to the wrong side by 1 cm and press to crease. Take the two lining face pieces. Place them right sides together. Sew along the bottom edge at 1 cm from the edge, then press the seam open. Now take the two lining side panel pieces, mark the center of each piece. On the top edge, make 2 marks 5 mm on either side of the center point. Take the assembled bag body, the two lining faces joined together, and the lining side panels. Align the opening edge of the bag body with the perimeter of one side panel, right sides together, matching the notches. The edge of the bag faces should stop exactly at the marks placed 5 mm to either side of the center of the side panel. Clip into the seam allowance of the bag body to help place it around the curves of the side panel. Sew all the way around at 1 cm from the edge. Repeat the same steps for the second side panel. Flip the lining right side out. Insert the outer bag into the lining wrong sides together, making sure that the faces and the side panels are well centered. Hand stitch the lining to the outer fabric using a blind stitch. Your bag is ready. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments or to message me on my social media. All of the links are in the description under the video.